Okay, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be running through some of the D23 announcements. I was not at the event, but I'm just going to quickly talk about some of the main announcements that I want to cover. I'm going to be running through some of the other ones first, quickly, just to address everything that got announced. A lot of these I'm not going to actually say a whole lot about. It's more just that they happened until we get into the Star Wars and Marvel announcements, which I will be talking about a little bit more. So, for starters, we got a Frozen 3 announcement, as well as Incredibles 3. We also got a Coco 2 announcement, and I believe Lilo and Stitch live action 2 is happening. And then they had Catherine Hahn come out on stage to talk about Tangled live action, which is in the process of filming. And then we got a trailer for Percy Jackson Season 3 and an announcement about a Kingdom Hearts show and possibly another game. I don't know. I did not follow the Kingdom Hearts announcement very closely. I'm not a Kingdom Hearts guy. I believe that was all of the other non-Star Wars or Marvel announcements. There could be more. Again, I was not at the event. I have not followed all of the announcements very closely. Those are just the ones I've heard happened. If I've missed anything, let me know down in the comments below. If it warrants me making a video about it, I will in the future. But for now, we're gonna hop into the announcements I want to talk about, being the Marvel and Star Wars ones. I'm going to start with Star Wars and then move on to the Marvel stuff. So, firstly, we're going to talk briefly about Star Wars Starfighter. We got an official date, being May 28th, 2027, about a year after Mando and Grogu came out, which is good. I like that schedule. Hopefully, we can keep that semi regularly, like once a year, maybe every other year, Star Wars movie in May. I don't think we're going to be getting a May Star Wars movie in 2028. We'll talk about why later. But if we can get a semi regularly released May Star Wars movie, that'll be great. And then we got the logo for Cade Oberon. Yeah, Cade Oberon, being Ryan Gosling's character. Now, I don't know if this has any ties to Cade Skywalker from Legends. That is very unclear. I know it's spelt differently, and I don't know a whole lot about Cade Skywalker. I have not read those books. But it also does not seem like Ryan Gosling's character, Cade Oberon, is gonna be Force sensitive. That feels more like it's gonna be Flynn Gray's character, the kid. Flynn Gray's kid. The kid here is probably gonna be the Force sensitive one because through various interviews and things, we have heard about Tom Cruise showing up on set to help film a lightsaber fight. And in an interview addressing that, Ryan Gosling specifically stated that he was not there that day and that it was primarily with Flynn. So it's probably going to be another reluctant dad taking care of a force sensitive child story. I know it feels like that's all Disney does with Star Wars, but it's fun. So I don't have any real complaints about that. But yeah, I think that's all the real stuff to cover for Starfighter. We got the announcement of May 28th, and we got the logo with the new Ryan Gosling jacket that he got from Sean Levy on stage. No one else from the cast was there, it's just the two of them. So we're gonna move on to Ahsoka Season 2, which we got a trailer for, which I'm not gonna go through. Sorry, I'm not going to go through the trailer here. If you want me to do a specific trailer breakdown for any of the next three things I talk about, being Ahsoka Season 2, Vision Quest, and Doomsday, let me know, and I will. Just let me know down in the comments, and I will break those down in a future video if you want that. But, yeah, for the most part, we got a new look at the poster. God damn it, why is no one really released any good quality versions of the poster? And this is decent. It's half the poster. Oh well. But we got a release date of January 20th, 2027. And yeah, we got the poster with the airbrush of Ahsoka there. Ahsoka in the middle, Thrawn up in the corner. And then down here, I believe we have our Rebels crew, being Ezra, Chopper, Hera, and Sabine, facing off with Baylan and Shin. And what the layout of the poster actually means for the season, we don't know. However, from the trailer, we do know that we're getting, I believe, all of our remaining Rebels crew in the season, because we've seen Zeb and Ezra reunite in the trailer, and then we're getting Hera, Chopper, and Ezra and Sabine back as well. Whether or not they're all going to be together and share a scene is still up in the air, because Sabine and Ahsoka are still in the other galaxy at the end of Season 1. But, yeah. We did also, at the event, get a decent look at some of the costumes. I believe there were only 6. I've only seen images for the 6, being Anakin and Ahsoka's Clone Wars winter gear, Thrawn, Ahsoka, presumably a Night Sister. I have not gotten confirmation on that, because I've really only seen it in like these wide images, and then Sabine's new armor. Because Sabine, in traditional Sabine fashion, has a new paint job for a new season. I believe that's all to cover. We were getting Hayden Christensen back in a larger role than he had in Season 1. He'll be Force Ghost mentoring Ahsoka in the other galaxy, and flashbacks to Clone Wars era stuff. How much of that we're actually going to be getting, I don't know. But if you want me to go break down the trailer, I will. You can just leave it in the comments below. Now onto Vision Quest, which has a release date of October 14th of this year. And we got a trailer for that, which showcases all of the main Tony's AIs and Ultron in a house, in Vision's Mind Palace house thing, as Vision tries to reassemble his memory or self. If you need a breakdown, I'm not the fucking guy that again, if you want a trailer breakdown, leave it in the comments below. And we will be getting introduced or reintroduced to the now Tommy Shepard, who has Tommy Maximoff consciousness in him now, I guess. I don't know. However, we're explaining the Maximoff twins being Tommy and Billy. We had Billy in Agatha all along. Now we're getting Tommy here. Tommy Shepard or Tommy Maximoff, I don't know fully. We'll see when the show comes out. Yeah. I'm gonna leave this off here. I don't have a whole lot to say about this yet. But again, if you want me to break down the trailer, let me know and I'll do it. Then we have Doomsday. This trailer was a lot better than our previous one. It did, in my opinion, a better job of setting up Doom and the relationship he has to the Fantastic Four, and marking him as a bigger threat. We also had the fucking Hugh Jackman post with Ryan Reynolds It's unclear if they're in the movie. I don't see them posting that if they're not, so I am currently on the assumption that those two, being Deadpool and Wolverine, will be returning in this movie. Again, I don't think that's fully confirmed, but I don't know why they would post that video if they weren't. And then before we get to the big announcement, I am going to cover Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man briefly. Again, I don't think any of this footage was released officially, but I've seen clips and things posted online where we are getting a proper looking villains lineup with like Rhino, Doc Ock, and Lizard being the fully fledged versions of themselves. We are also getting more symbiote stuff in this season. We're also getting Spider-Gwen. I don't know in what capacity she's going to be in the show. I don't know if she has spider powers or if she's more in line with the Daredevil finesse side of what's going on. Because we do see them back as well. Daredevil has a new costume. It looks to be the full red Spanish costume with the double D's on the chest. That is kind of all I'm going to be saying on this for now. Other than it looks like Nico is going to be diving more into the magic stuff. I love the Runaway, so I'm excited about that. And then the big announcement is the new X-Men cast. I am not going to make any big judgment calls on these yet. I would like to wait till we see them in costume in the characters, but otherwise the casting looks good. And that's and then we got the May 5th, 2028 release date, which is, I think, why we're not. They probably don't have a Star Wars movie set to release then, but we're not getting a Star Wars movie in 2028 because X-Men is coming out in that May time frame. Maybe 2029 we get another Star Wars movie. I don't know what their schedule is looking like for that yet, though. There's been nothing announced. But, yeah, this is what I was saying earlier about not having a Star Wars movie 2028. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of the full rundown of the announcements. I don't have a lot to say about the cast. They look good. I'm going to wait for a judgment call till we see them actually in costume and character. Because we don't know what they're doing with the cast yet. We don't even know the full cast because this is not the full cast. Kevin Feige said there would be more to come. But, yeah. That's going to be it for this video. If there's anything else you want me to dive into or anything I missed, let me know in the comments down below and I will cover that in a future video. Until then, see ya and have a good day. Bye-bye.